Hi Taurus, welcome back. This is going to be your channeled tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get started. So when I was meditating on the collective Taurus energy, I was getting a few messages, right? And the very first word I heard as soon as I closed my eyes was catalyst, a catalyst for change. I'm not sure if that's you acting as a catalyst for someone else or, someone external from you or external circumstances that are creating some sort of change within your environment. But I heard clearly catalyst. So there might be some energy shifts that are kind of calling into you a catalyst for change. Okay. Interestingly enough, I saw someone hula hooping. I'm not sure if you like to hula hoop, or maybe you're seeing images of hula hoops, or who knows, it's summertime, right? But it looked fun, right? Like it was kind of a symbolic message to infuse a little bit of fun into your experience, into your energy here, Taurus, because I also started getting a lot of messages about feeling like you have to do something, or I've got to get this done, or like feelings of like obligations gnawing at you, and it kind of building up pressure within your energy. Okay. And so like as a pressure relief, I guess the encouragement is to incorporate a little bit of fun into it. Yeah, we all have things that we have to do, but there's no reason we got to be so serious about it. So the best you can is to keep light of the energy, keep light of a situation here. Because I do feel like some of you are definitely just feeling like under the gun or something, or like feeling like life is no fun at times or right now, and it's not that life is no fun. It's just that you're focused upon it in the wrong way, meaning like you're seeing opportunities as obstacles. You're seeing change as maybe something that feels more obligatory to you than something that you're welcoming. But Spirit really wanting you to change your perspective and be more open-minded about it, and to try to find the fun in all of the situations, like even if you're dealing with toxic people, toxic situations, just to be able to sit back and just kind of, it's going to sound bad, but kind of laugh at the idiosyncrasy of it, like the idiocity of it. That's a word, idiocity. I think it is, I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to sit back, and I'm not like saying like think negatively about other people, but just like seeing the irony in a situation. And, like when sometimes, like when life gets so ridiculous, all you can do is laugh. It's like you have two choices. You could cry or you could laugh. So laugh, like that. Like, just being like, this is too freaking ridiculous, and let it be ridiculous. Like, let it be ridiculous so that you can move out of the energy much faster. So keeping that light, positive attitude is really what's going to help you to kind of come out on top in this situation and have a little bit of fun. Okay. So let's get into the tarot cards. I already had some come out while I was blah-blahing there for a moment. I'm going to read you the Law of Attraction card that you got out first. This says, my true success is measured by my alignment. This says, alignment with Source, being inside your vortex of creation, becoming one with the true expanded version of you, is the ultimate selfishness. And yes, in that state of alignment, all good things must come to you, so be selfish. Every rocket of desire that you have launched will be fulfilled. True success is not in the attainment of things, the achievement of tasks, or the achievement of financial abundance. True success is the coming into alignment with you. Yes, selfishly aligning with your desires, your clarity, your confidence, your knowledge, your love, yourself. But by doing that, success, achievements, and financial abundance will quickly follow. All right. So, wow, interesting. Okay, so again, like, think about that message, right? It's also saying, Taurus, don't get so wrapped up in the end game, you know, the manifestation of the car, the house, the relationship, whatever it is that you're wanting. Don't get wrapped up in the end game, because there really is no end, right? Life is about the journey. Enjoy the journey to what it is that you want. And it has to come, right? But if you're pushing against it, if you're seeing it as obligations, if you're in denial of what is, or even resistance of it, then you push it farther and farther and farther away from you. So this is saying, get into alignment with yourself, okay? Find joy in whatever you can in the situation. And then, and so by doing that, you quicken what it is that you want to work out in your favor, to come out on top. That's the words that I got. So you also got the Moon card here, which is all about your feelings, your emotions, your instinct. Emotional energy showing up here for you, Taurus, okay? This is really focusing on home and family and conditioning, your habits. It also talks about privacy and self-soothing type of vibe. So, like I said, you know, the best way to soothe a tough situation is to laugh it off, you know, just be like, this is ridiculous, you know, and leave it at that. If I say, you know, one more time, stop it, you know. So let's get some more cards out and see where this is headed. Then we're going to get into the reading. I'm also going to pull a guidance card out. Oops. Oh, give me two. I wanted one. The Magician. Ooh, okay, fine. It wants to stay out. The Magician. And the Ace of Pentacles, you are definitely going to get what you want. As soon as you stop thinking that you're not. As soon as you stop thinking that everything is working against you. And some of you feeling like that, or feeling heavy or burdened in the energy, all right? Getting overwhelmed by your emotion, right? But like I said, I'm going to get a guidance card out, and I'm going to save it to the end and read it to you. But I'll tell you what I got, the title of it. It says, A Father's Love. Ooh, that's interesting, right? A Father's Love. You know, what's really interesting is the Moon card also represents the mother. Now, some of you might be trying to balance out a parental relationship, possibly, or having emotions come up around the parental relationship, okay? Something that may still need to be soothed or healed when it comes to that, all right? But we'll get the cards out and see. And then, like I said, I'm going to read that card to you at the end of the reading. First, we're going to go into the thoughts, your head space. Where's your head at? Then we're going to go into the emotional space where your heart is at. Then we're going to look at what's next on your spiritual journey here. And go from there. So, Taurus. You've got Justice here, Four of Cups. Wow, Five of Cups, there's that emotional drain I felt. And the Fool. So, in your headspace, I feel like you're trying your best to kind of balance your priorities, balance your obligations right now. It's almost like you're trying your best, I think, to detach from like these lower level emotions that make you feel like, oh, what's the point? What's the use? Or feeling some sort of loss within the energy. And it's like, ooh, not wanting to like really feel that. Some of you are putting your emotions on the back burner because you feel like I got to do A, B, C, D. I'm going to get to that later. You know, like, you know, you could be even maybe neglecting things within like the family or the home relationships or friendships and stuff because you're like laser focused on something that you feel needs to be done right now. And again, the encouragement is to ease off that a little bit. You know, there's very few things in life that are actually urgent. Like our brain wants to make us feel like everything's urgent, but that's just our ego, you know. That's just the craziness of the brain. In the big picture, there's really not a whole lot that's as pressing as you want to believe that it is. So it's like, ease up a little bit, because you are somewhat neglecting other relationships, or possibly neglecting your own self-care, you know, and so not necessarily getting your priorities right now, all right, and needing to balance that energy out. And some of you just want to be like, chuck it, like, F it, you know, like, I give up. And almost that's kind of what the guidance is. It's just to give up the fight, not to give up on what you want. I didn't say that, but to give up the struggle around it, to give up the struggle around it, to give up the dwelling around it, okay? And watch how fast it corrects itself when you're able to do that, Taurus, because it's almost like, you know, some people would call that like giving it up to God or giving it up to the universe, you know? But it's just like getting to this point of surrender that you're kind of being pushed towards, and yeah, surrender. Because this isn't serving you, right? So I feel like, you know, from a thought perspective, that's kind of what's coming through. Let's look at the emotional self. Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Pentacles out twice. Y'all better stop stressing about this opportunity that you think's not coming, but is coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a right here. Abundance, magic. Like, for some of you, money, or an opportunity to invest your skills or your assets into something that will grow later on. For a few of you, this could be around relationships and commitments, but you're trying to rush things, all right? And you can't rush divine timing. So, but what you can do is you can sit back and relax and enjoy the journey along the way to the destination, though, you know? Okay, so they're giving me an example to give you. It's like going on a car trip, you know? Say you got a 10-hour car ride, right? But you know that when you get to your destination, it's vacation time, right? It's the beach, and you're really looking forward to the destination. Now, you're going to have to make that 10-hour car drive regardless. You're not going to be able to rush through it. You could try and speed, but you're really not going to get there any faster. You could stress the whole time. You could complain the whole time. You could make the trip miserable. All because you're trying to rush to the destination. Or with those same 10 hours, you can sit back, you can enjoy the scenery, you can listen to some favorite tunes, you could imagine what it's going to feel like when you get there, you can place yourself on the beach already, and you get into that mode, right? And then that 10 hours seems to fly by, and all of a sudden you've arrived at your destination. That's how it works. That's how it works when it comes to manifesting anything in your life. So think about it like that, Taurus. Think about it like the car ride, right? So in the heart space, you know what you're reaching for, right? You know what you're reaching for. And I feel like you want to be self-sufficient here in the energy. Some of you, you have like a lot of skills that you're developing that may develop into like running your own ship or your own entrepreneurship. That's a side note. And that might be a long-term goal that you have, and you're well on your way. You're on the 10-hour car journey. Let's put it that way. 10 hours not actually being a time frame, but you get what I mean, right? So you're going to enjoy the journey or not? You're going to stress the whole way. Up to you. But I just feel like don't stop wanting what you want, because you want it for a reason, but stop the struggle around it. Okay, so emotionally too, I feel like it might be good to communicate your feelings if you have been feeling, if you've been kind of down in the dumps when it comes to a specific connection, or just feeling kind of drained or exhausted. As the weeks go by and you start to pop out of that energy, then would be a good time to go ahead and communicate what it is that you're feeling. All right. Some of you might have been kind of avoiding, like I said, relationships, or just really distracted in the energy. But yet I feel like there is other relationships in your life that are desiring your attention or affection. Okay. But hard to see that when you're distracted in other areas. Or for some of you, if you've had a relationship here that you put on the back burner because you were feeling kind of at a loss with it, emotionally, I feel there's a resurrection coming here within you as it pertains to this relationship. That's an interesting word, right? They gave me the word resurrection. Careful with that, you know. But you're going to have to follow your heart, your intuition on that one. It's like, be a little bit more playful in the energy. Now, some of you, Taurus, you've got someone here in your heart space that you have romantic feelings for, or they you. And just don't try to rush it. Like, don't be rushing into things, okay? When it comes to love, especially if this is new love. If this is committed love, I just feel like you need to infuse more romance within the heart space, okay? Or you might be craving that during this time frame. I keep getting the word cravings. Some of you might be having some cravings here. That was my chair, by the way, if you heard that. All right, so let's look at what's coming up here. Two of Wands. Seven of Swords. Goodness gracious. Page of Cups. All right. The Star at the bottom of the deck. So, okay, so I just heard false hope. Some of you are like, I don't want to get my hopes up to be disappointed. And I know that's a common ideology in the human brain, right? Not to get your hopes up, but I feel like okay, they said not to give up on your hopes, not to give up on your dreams. It's not about getting your hopes up. It's believing in the hopes that you have. Something along those lines. Okay, so I'm getting all these messages. Sorry, it's not even related to the cards. Some of you have like a fear of a false sense of security. So maybe feeling like paranoid or something in the environment, like almost even afraid to make a decision because you don't want to lose this security that you have. And it's a false sense of security, right? Because you have to understand, and I know fixed signs don't like to hear this, and I'm a fixed sign, so I understand. But life is changeable. It's forever going to change. It's always going to change. It's never going to, that's why they call it a false sense of security, because things are never constant. The only constant in life is change. So you either have to get on board with it and go on the journey, or you're going to protest the whole way, but you're still on the journey either way. So it's like life's going to move forward and it's going to drag you with it. So you could be a cooperative component with it, or you can let it drag you kicking and screaming. But either way, you're going, like either way, life is going to continue to flow forward. Like that type of vibe. And then, Two of Wands, Seven of Swords, Page of Cups. That's that false sense of security showing up here. Some of you, it's like you've got dreams or passions for the future, but you don't always trust your gut feeling about things, and Spirit wanting you to trust a little bit more in your intuition and your gut feelings. Some of you, if this is in regards to a relationship, you've got trust issues here when it comes to a certain person, or maybe relationships in general that you're dealing with. But it's like, You don't want to create false hope. When it comes to this relationship or relationships in general. And maybe because you've been lied to in the past and it drained you and took you a while to emotionally detach from that. So you're not really, I guess, fully trusting in other people's intentions at the moment. And yet I get a sense of feeling rushed here, whether that's you or someone you're dealing with. I'm sorry, I don't mean to pause for so long, Taurus, but there's something that's like sticking out to me here in the card, and I can't really wrap my mind around it. Also, if you have someone that is being deceptive in the energy, I feel you are definitely aware and you kind of see right through it. Just FYI. But at the same time, there is a falseness around that, a false belief structure around that. Some of you are seeing like a person in particular is distrustful, not realizing that the distrust that you're seeing in this person is some sort of distrust that you have within yourself, and needing to like dig a little bit deeper around that. Not saying that this person didn't do something to cause distrust in you. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But the fact that you're laser focused on that has a deeper rooted issue there around it. And it's in your perception of like trust in relationships. And that could stem from your parents, your parental structure. Sorry, now we're going really deep. Some of you might have had trust issues around your childhood or your parental structure. And that's really kind of at the core of why you maybe see a person or relationships in general sometimes as untrustworthy, you know, or you get paranoid. You don't want to feel a false sense of security. Some of you might have issues around commitments, things like that. So, I'm sorry, I could keep going, but I'm sure we're on a time frame here. Okay. That's kind of what I'm feeling energetically is going on with you at the moment, Taurus. The guidance is, like I said, to get in alignment with yourself. And then I'm going to read this guidance card that came out, but don't ignore your intuition here, okay? Even though I feel like you're getting caught up maybe in the emotional piece of things or distracted, you know. Let's see what the, whoa. Yeah, so you have the Fool, New Vision, Sharing, and Control. So control is but an illusion. It's all about openly giving and receiving. Spirit's encouragement is for you to just kind of surrender this to the universe for now and maybe have a little fun in the meantime, because there is a new vision coming in. Like there's new energy coming in and new possibilities. As soon as you stop hyper-focusing on the issue, the new possibility will arise out of that, okay? So let me read the guidance card here for you. And it says, a father's love. It says, a father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unquantifiable in that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason. Whether your father is still here or past, a father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will experience. Wow. Wow. I've never gotten this card before. Some of you have a strong connection with your father or strong issues around it, one of the two. It just depends, you know, I've got a lot of people that watch what that experience was. But even if it wasn't the best experience, that bond is still there, you know? That connection is still there. Wow, you guys will have to let me know how that ties into your life or to the reading, because that kind of threw me a curveball there. But that's what I'm seeing for you, Taurus. So again, you know, there's abundance here ready to come in. Kind of surrender the angst around whatever this energy is, and maybe go within a little bit more around the trust thing. I just heard we're in the trust tree. Okay. Well, you're always in the trust tree here. Of course, you know that, right? So you can be dealing with the following zodiac signs, or this could be in your birth chart. I have Pisces out twice, and Aquarius and Aries and Libra and Virgo. Those are the primary zodiac signs I'm seeing, but it's a general reading, so that part, take it with a grain of salt. If it resonated, it resonated. And if it did, please do leave me a comment down below and let me know. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. This is a new format. Let me know what you think. Don't worry, the you versus them readings are always a staple. Those are going to come out the next round, so stay tuned for those. If you want to join me on Facebook and Instagram, I do go live there as well, so you can catch me there for more fun stuff, linked below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube. For those of you who would like to donate to the channel, you can do so by going to the About section and clicking on the Donate button. Either way, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Taurus, and until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.